Hey YouTube, it's the Test Lead, and today's video topic is leveraging the Great Resignation to higher your pay. It is a very interesting time in the job market. New trends have taken over, and workers' views in the tech sector have changed dramatically. Now is a perfect opportunity for you to leverage these new views to help you increase your salary and your benefits. First, let's start with, what is the Great Resignation? According to Forbes, the Great Resignation is a mass exodus in people quitting their jobs now that the pandemic is waning. Forbes also stated that the quit rate is at 2.9% back in August, which is the highest that the labor of Bureau of Statistics has ever recorded, when 4.3 million people quit their jobs. You might be thinking, why are people quitting their jobs now? Don't people care most about their jobs because they're struggling because of the pandemic? This can be attributed to three main reasons. The first one is worker burnout. Many people who stayed employed throughout the pandemic, they had to do extra work with less resources because a lot of companies had to downsize because of the tragic times. So now they were being overworked and they eventually burnt themselves out. So now they just want a break from working in general. The second thing is pandemic wake-up call. Because of what we are going through, a lot of people are reminded that life is short. They realize they spend most of their life just working the majority of hours out the week. So they said, I kind of want to start enjoying my life again and spend more time with my loved ones. So I'm going to find a job that isn't so demanding. It may pay less, but now I get to spend time actually enjoying life. And third, remote or nothing. Many companies went to remote work throughout the virus, and now some of them are trying to come back in person, but people got used to working remotely. So now that their company is saying you have to come back to the office, they're like, I'll find a new company that has work from home because that's just how my new lifestyle is. I like that lifestyle a lot better. It's a lot more efficient for me and my family. So if it's not work from home, I'm not gonna work there anymore. So now you're thinking, how does this affect you? Many companies not only trying to recover from their lost profits during the pandemic, they're now struggling to find any employees. They can't hire anybody. Their old compensation and benefits packages are now not enough to attract the same talent that they used to attract before. And this higher demand for workers stretches from many different sectors, from hospitality and restaurants to the many big companies in tech. Now many job openings are staying vacant for months. They just get filled up in a couple of days. Companies are starting to notice this, and because of it, are starting to become more desperate. They are now going out of their way to retain their current employees, and then even try even harder to gain new talented employees. A job opening that used to get 100 applicants in the first month may now only get 10 applicants. And out of those 10 applicants, maybe only 1 or 2 are actually qualified. So now they're working with a lot smaller talent pool to try to find new employees. And now you're probably thinking, I have all this information, but how do I use it to leverage a higher salary and more benefits? Well, there's 2 different routes you can take with this. The first route is you find a new job. The second route is you have increased demands at your current job. And before you commit to any decision, I suggest that you have at least 3 months of your expenses saved up just in case things don't work out. So first, let's get into finding a new job. The first step in finding a new job is find your current market value. Search places like Glassdoor to find your role and how much other companies are paying for your role. Next, look at job postings for your job title and see the required skills and make sure you have the required skills for all of those. Now that you have the required skills, spend the next 2 to 4 weeks brushing up on the required skills that you already know and then learning anything else that you didn't know in addition to. That way you can apply to more jobs. After that, start mass applying for jobs. Remember, this is your chance to get your most ideal work situation. So if you hate spending an hour and a half commuting to work, apply to a bunch of jobs that are closer to where you live at. If you want more money, demand a higher salary. Also, try not to lead with your desired salary. Always try to get the company that you're applying for to offer you a starting salary and then start the negotiation process from there. Because you may have one number in your head and then they have a totally different higher number in their head. But if you open up with this lower number, then they're going to say, hey, we're starting to bid at that lower number then, and you're just losing money for yourself right out the bat. That's unrealistic. No, as I said, you don't know how desperate some of these companies are. They may value you more than you value yourself. And then when you are asked for your desired work salary, always tell them just a little bit higher than what you actually want. That way, if they take it, they take it. If not, they may do a counter offer that's a little lower that might actually match where your desired salary is. Just make sure your desired salary is realistic. If you're making $30,000, don't try to jump from $30,000 to $80,000. That's not that realistic. Option number 2 is requesting a raise. This option is a little harder because you already have a rapport with your company. They may think you're being ungrateful by asking them for a raise. At the end of the day, it's all business. Your coworkers may love you, but if something happened to you, they may mourn you for a couple of days, but then within the next month, there'll be a job posting for your previous role. So don't forget that. It's all business. Do what's in your best benefit. So now the first step with requesting a raise is to make a pen and paper list of everything that could be better at your current work situation. Is it your salary? Do you want more money? Is it your hours? Do you want to start working 10-hour days? You want to work 8-hour days for the same amount of money? Is it your benefits? Do you want a better benefit package? Is it commuting? Maybe you live far, you got to work remote for a while, and you like that experience, so now you can negotiate, hey, I want that hybrid or fully remote position now. The next step is to write your script out justifying why you need these new requests. And you may be thinking, why would my company agree to these requests? It will usually cost your company more money to replace you than to just give in to your request. Let's say your request is to just go from $80,000 to $90,000 and to have maybe a few extra days off a year. That's only going to cost the company extra $10,000 a year. But let's say they don't want to go into this request, and now you're trying to find a new hire. Now your spot is vacant and companies losing money every day. They may have a job posting for 2 months and they finally find a candidate that they think is half as adequate as you. And then now they got to train them up to the amount of company knowledge that you had prior. That could be another easy 4 to 6 month process. So now looking at 6 months with the company losing money for that position costs them a lot more than $10,000 when they could have just given to your initial request. Also, the new hire request the same. They say I want a salary also of $90,000, and now they're back at square one. They're thinking, hey, I could have just given to my previous worker's request of the higher salary and had to train a new employee, and all this headache would have been gone. So don't be scared to ask for more in your current position. Why would a company go through all these headaches when they already know they have a proven worker in you already? So don't be scared to ask for new things in your current role. Now the final step, request a meeting with your team lead or supervisor. Bringing in your demand list, it could be on pen and paper. That way you make sure you're hitting every topic and discussing it, so you don't think like later, like, oh man, I should have brought up this, I should have brought up that. No, you're bringing a pen and paper list of every topic you want to discuss. You're in a win-win situation here. Worst case, they deny all your requests and you're still in the same position you started with. You didn't lose anything. But best case, they give in to all your new demands and requests, and now you're in a totally different position. And on average, they may give in to like 1 or 2, but that's still better than where you were previously. So don't be scared to ask. The only thing is, be prepared for the greater task that may come with your new role and your new higher salary and benefits. If you found this video helpful at all, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want a video just like this, please click here. And hey, don't forget to learn something new today.